It's time once again for another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews online. As always, I thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, which hopefully you do find informative. And when you go to your local bookstore, you will very seriously consider the book that I'm about to review today. It is Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica. This is published by Park Row, and it retails for $35.99. Mary Kubica has an amazing style when it comes to mysteries. She really can craft a psychological thriller, and she has exactly done that here with this book. It is, let's just say, I read it while on the train to Toronto and back, and I finished the whole book because it was that compelling. I had to keep reading. So, and I'm sure once you start, the same thing will happen. The book revolves around two couples. There's Jake and Nina Hayes, last name Hayes, and Lily and Christian Scott. Now, Lily and Nina are two teachers at the same school. Jake is a very popular neurosurgeon, but he has a horrible bedside manner. He's not the greatest person. He's got a temper. And Christian works in the business world. So anyways, what happens is Jake and Nina have a really bad argument one night. He's not the most sociable husband, let's put it that way. So he storms out of the house and he goes to wherever. So Lily, that night she decides to go for a walk in the woods. And guess who she meets in the woods? That would be Jake. And for some reason he tries to sexually assault her. Now, according to her, to defend herself, she picks up a rock and clubs him over the head several times. She leaves him there bloodied in the grass, not sure whether he's alive or dead. So she goes back home to tell her husband. Now, her clothes are covered in blood. So the husband, Christian, right away, says, well, we got to get rid of the clothes. Now, the book is narrated by just Christian and Nina narrate the whole book from their perspective. So Christian says they've got to destroy, any sort of evidence that his wife Lily or Nina was associated with the potential possible killing of Jake. So Jake's car is in just outside the woods. So Christian hatches this scheme of getting into Jake and Nina's house. So many names here. And he wants to break in and get the car keys so they can take the car and put it somewhere else, far from the woods, so there's no way that she would be associated, because actually someone saw her in the woods, saw Lily in the woods. So Christian breaks into the house. Actually, he uses the keypad, and he knows the keypad number because he's been to their house many times. Now, also in the house is Nina's mother. She has macular degeneration, so she doesn't see very well. So she sees someone and she thinks it's Jake. Well, it's not Jake, it's Christian trying to get the car keys. So I know it sounds confusing. It's not confusing once you read, because there's so much going on that you definitely do not lose interest in the story. So at one point, the police come to question Lily and Christian because she supposedly was seen in the woods when he went missing. So they hatch this story up that Jake and Nina do not get along and they're often fighting, and that Nina has threatened him. So they sort of make the police look into think that, Nina maybe killed her husband. Well, to make a long story short, eventually the body is found. But here's the kicker. It does not appear like he was clubbed to death with a rock. He was shot to death. Now, Lily swears she did not have a gun. She only had the rock. So the question is, who shot him, because she only hit him over the head with a rock. So anyways, it really gets your interest, keeps your interest. You do not want to close this book once you start reading. And of course, I'm not going to tell you what happened at the end, but anyways, it's a shocker, let's put it that way, who the real killer is. You'll just have to read it to find out. So get to your local bookstore and pick up Just the Nicest Couple. This is one of the nicest psychological thrillers I've read in quite some time. And I'm sure you will agree with me that it is a classic in every sense of the word. So if you do pick it up, let me know if you do agree with my review. So, thank you for watching my video. Until we meet again, and we will very soon with another classic work of either fiction or nonfiction. So, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.